Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Davis Fieldhouse for the NCCAA Division II National Tournament. Today's consolation game features number 4, Maranatha Baptist University, and number 3, Randall University. At this time, we'd ask that you please stand for a word of prayer, and following prayer, we'll have our starting lineups. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the safety that you have given so far in this tournament. Thank you for the great tournament of basketball that we've had. Pray that you keep these players safe as they compete today. Help them to do the best. And I pray that this would be a great last game for both of these teams for this season. And we just dedicate this to you, and we ask that even in a game of basketball, Lord, you would be glorified and your name would be praised. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, let's meet the starters for today's game. First for the SaberCats of Maranatha Baptist University. A freshman guard, number 3, Callie Morrison. A sophomore guard, number 4, Trisha Wright. A junior guard, number 12, Carly Johnson. A junior forward, number 13, Kelsey Johnson. And a sophomore forward, number 32, Jacqueline Simpson. The SaberCats are coached by Clayton Morrison. And now for the Saints of Randall University. A senior guard, number 3, Aaliyah Austin. A junior forward, number 11, Jaylyn Anderson. A freshman guard, number 13, Sarah King. A freshman guard, number 15, Kenzie Ezekiel. And a junior forward, number 35, Haley Hoffman. The Saints are coached by Michelle Garcia.
And a good morning to you from Greenville, South Carolina. We wrap up this 2019 NCCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championship with the third place game. It's the 3-4. Randall coming in at 20-9 from Moore, Oklahoma, and Maranatha Baptist SaberCats coming in at 18-7 from Watertown, Wisconsin. Both teams' third game in 3 days and an early start to this one. Randall winning 67-66 over Johnson in the opening round, then losing in the semis to Pensacola. Meanwhile, for Maranatha, they defeated Bob Jones in the opening round and lost to Arlington in their semifinal yesterday. Randall in the gray and Maranatha in the blue and gold as we're underway with the Saints controlling the opening tip. Still on 1,000-point watch for Kelsey Johnson. She is 12 away, 24 points here in this tournament. She's got 988, so we'll keep an eye on that as the day goes on. Throwing it up is missing it short was Anderson. Anderson making a strong case for all tournament team, 27 and 26. 27 points, 26 rebounds in 2 games for the Saints. Morrison for 3, missed it short. Offensive rebound chased down by Carly Johnson. Back out to Morrison. Maranatha yesterday were done in by fouls. 3 players fouling out late in the ball game, so they lost by 12 as Morrison picks up the assist. Simpson the bucket. Jacqueline Simpson had 34 points in 2 games coming into play. She came in averaging 8.8 points per game, so her scoring has really picked up here in this tournament. Austin had it stripped, then players diving for it. Jump ball will give the ball back to Maranatha. So both teams wrapping up their seasons here today. For Randall, just one senior, Leah Austin. We'll talk a little bit about her and what Coach Michelle Garcia had to say about her. And for Maranatha, Sydney Littrell is the only senior on the roster, but she is not here today. Had a recital to get to, so she's entertaining folks in a different manner here today as Kelsey Johnson buries the triple. 3 points for Kelsey, brings her to 991 for her career. Just a junior too, Kelsey Johnson. Chance to rise that vaunted Maranatha scoring, all-time scoring list. They have quite a few players over 1,000 points in their careers on the ladies' side, a program that began back in 1978. right, driving on the baseline, floats it up and in. Good start for Maranatha, 7-zip in the first 2 minutes. Patty Vandenberg, who played from 96 to 2001, is the all-time leading scorer at 1770, and there's certainly an outside shot. Kelsey Johnson can get up close to that mark with one more year coming up next season. Austin top of the key, extra pass, open look. Ezekiel can't get it to go. Kenzie Ezekiel, first team All-American, but just 15 points in the first 2 games. Simpson, offensive foul. So Maranatha, strong start to this one. Clayton Morrison, the head coach since 1993. Every player in the top 15 in scoring all time for Maranatha has played under Clayton Morrison. As I mentioned, it's a program that dates back to '78. Longtime dual affiliate, not only of the NCCAA, but the NCAA at the D3 level. Austin into the forecourt. Ezekiel near side. Austin back to her. So the Saints swinging around the perimeter. Now attacking is Ezekiel, stripped. Kelsey Johnson the steal. Brings it into the forecourt, swings it out. Morrison drives, throws it up too strong. Rebound by Anderson. So helpful for Michelle Garcia as Austin buries the triple. And with all the freshmen and talented youth that she has on this roster, to have a senior who transferred, by the way, Aaliyah Austin, a transfer Houston, Texas product, as Morrison goes right to the bucket. Helps to have a senior leader running the point. Michelle Garcia told me that stats don't indicate how important she's been to her team, and sometimes they don't. It's all the little things, as Hoffman with the bucket in the lane makes it 9-5 in favor of Maranatha. Some pressure here for the Saints. Just having that senior presence running the point, helping guide these young players like Kenzie Ezekiel, Sarah King, 2 players among many others who are going to be very good for a very long time. 11-5 on that bucket now. Maranatha leading by 6. Austin stripped. Ezekiel comes up with it. And that's going to be taken away by Morrison. Morrison will glide in for the easy 2. Maranatha leads by 8. Timeout, Randall will step aside. 5:34 left to go here in the third place game. Good start for the SaberCats. Welcome back to Greenville. 5:34 to go left in this opening quarter here in the third place game. Good start for Kelsey Johnson as she marches closer to 1,000 points. She's at 993 now, has 5 points, 6 of 8 shooting for Maranatha at the start, 2 of 4 for Randall. Randall 3 turnovers, 2 steals for Maranatha already. Aaliyah Austin has 3 points in the ball game for the Saints. That ball deflected by Wright, and it'll stay with the Saints. Austin gets direction from Michelle Garcia, longtime assistant, second year that she's been in charge of the program, as Anderson misses it short. Rebound for Simpson. Morrison into the forecourt. Right. Carly to Simpson. 9 on the shot clock. Morrison pass deflected by the newly inserted Mackenzie Cook, who has done a nice job in this tournament off the bench, providing some energy. Ball deflected out of bounds. That takes the shot clock down to 2 for Maranatha, so gonna have to get a quick one here. Carly Johnson gets it to Simpson, but the shot clock expires. Good defense for the Saints. Maranatha came in to this tournament 63 points per ball game, 7th best in scoring in Division II, and Randall 71.4. They were held to just 49 points by Pensacola yesterday. Pensacola, so much size. Throwing it up, no good, is by King, and it's tipped Carly to Kelsey Johnson. So Kelsey Johnson into the front court. Man defense for the Saints right now. Bounce pass to the cutter. Carly Johnson lays it up and in. Good tournament for her. 23 and 19 in the first 2 games. Inside 4 to go, and Maranatha leading by 10. King to Austin. Hoffman tried to bank it, no, and Morrison with the rebound, and she's fouled. Both teams with a team foul now with 3:40 to go here in this opening quarter. Hoffman goes to the bench after picking up the foul. Maddie Chalfant coming into the game. Chalfant, the junior. 6 points in the first 2 games for Randall. Kelsey Johnson, Carly Johnson, extra pass out to Simpson. Simpson will attack, nobody on her, and draws the foul. Jacqueline Simpson, 68% free throw shooter during the regular season. 2 fouls for the Saints, first on Chalfant. Maranatha, 18-time North Region champs, 3-time Division II champs. Making their first sub, Rosa Torres started the first 2 games, comes off the bench for Carly Johnson. Simpson trying to get 1 out of 2, and she does. Maranatha by 11. Austin to King, catch and shoot 3, and King, 33% three-point shooter, came in with 22 points in the first 2 games. She's at 7.7 points per game during the season, but I expect to see her in double figures next year. Kelsey Johnson to Morrison. Here's Torres on the wing. Kelsey Johnson turnaround shot, missed it. Morrison offensive rebound, got it to go. So Maranatha looking good here in the early stages, inside 3 to play in this opening quarter, and Sabercats up by 11. Austin into the forecourt. Cook. Here's King. And that ball deflected, last touched by the Saints. Coming into the game, Michaela Amarthali for Randall, replacing Jylyn Anderson. This Women's Basketball National Tournament brought to you by Servant HR. Servant HR, a full-service human resource service provider, giving business owners the freedom as Morrison buries a triple. Freedom to focus on the growth of their business. Servant HR creating the freedom to focus. Learn more at servanthr.com. So Morrison makes it a football score, 21-7. Maranatha with the hand in her face. King can't get the three to go. Rebound controlled by Torres. Morrison into the front court. Haley Morrison, freshman, and daughter of Clayton Morrison, head coach at Maranatha. Kelsey Johnson blocked but fouled by Chalfant. That's her second, team's third. Kelsey Johnson, 78% free throw shooter on the season. Third team All-American gets the first one to go. And the second, so 995 right now for Kelsey Johnson. She's got 7 in the ball game. Morrison will come out. Coming into the game is Carly Johnson. Into the forecourt, this is Austin. Turns on the Jets, finds the open space, missed it back iron, tipped for the rebound, and it comes to Amarthali. Extra possession for the Saints, need to find something offensively. Cook driving on the baseline. Chalfant in the lane. Yes. Much needed bucket for Randall. Got to get stops on this end, though. 23 already on the board for Maranatha. Carly Johnson out near midcourt. Bounce pass to Kelsey. Kelsey driving in. Swings it out to Simpson. 10 to shoot now. Simpson to the bucket. Yes, off the glass. Maranatha cannot miss here in quarter number 1. 25-9 now. And the Saints losing it out of bounds. Into the forecourt, Kelsey Johnson from Daggett, Michigan. Both Johnson sisters. This is Carly in the lane, swings it out right. Drives, throws it up, no. And a rare miss for the SaberCats. Amarthali the rebound. Austin looks to push. Maranatha, good job getting back on defense. So Austin backs it out now to Cook. And a foul is going to be called on the SaberCats. Free throws to come. It's a little too early to start talking about this, but the season high in points for a game for Maranatha is 78, and that came against Providence on the 23rd of February in that region final. They've got 25 on the board here. Carly out, and Grace Ann Starr into the game, the freshman from Hampton, Georgia. 2 points here in the tournament in limited minutes. Amarthali gets them both. And Maranatha can hold for the final shot of the quarter. Here's Kelsey Johnson, pull up off the back iron, follows their shot, blocks, stays with it, throws it up again, got it to go. So 9 points in that first quarter for Kelsey Johnson. She's got 997 now for her career. We'll go to the break, come back with second quarter action here in just a minute. It's all Maranatha after 1 quarter of play, 27-11. We'll be back. Welcome back to Greenville, South Carolina, the Davis Fieldhouse, Bob Jones University. We want to thank everybody who's partnered with us to bring you the NCCAA National Tournaments, Sphinx, Aramark, Bon Secours, Integra Bank, and Pepsi. 2 straight years that all of those sponsors have been gracious with their support, allowing us to bring in these games free of charge. Here at Bob Jones, we'll be at somebody, maybe not me, maybe somebody else will be at a new location, most likely next year. Chalfant drives in. How about the first quarter for Maranatha? 11 of 15 shooting, 73%. Kelsey Johnson leading all scorers with 9 points in the game. Randall 4 of 11. Aaliyah Austin leads them with 3 points. Callie Morrison also with 9 for Maranatha, so she and Kelsey Johnson tied for the team lead. Jacqueline Simpson has 5. Maranatha, 2 steals, 5 turnovers for Randall, just 1 for Maranatha. Maranatha points in the paint, 14 zip. Martha Lee gets some points in the paint there for Randall for the first time in this game. And she's fouled. Martha Lee, 2 out of 2 from the charity stripe already today. 27 first quarter points for Maranatha. I mentioned their season high for points in a game is 78. Martha Lee stays perfect at the free throw line, and the Saints whittle it down to 13. If you're just joining us, Kelsey Johnson at 997 career points, so 3-pointer will put her at the 1,000-point mark. 9 points in the first quarter. Offensive foul there on Maranatha. 2 quick ones for the SaberCats here in quarter number 2. 2 subs in. Simpson and Wright return. Carly Johnson and Starr will sit down. Aaliyah Austin into the forecourt. King, near side, it's Cook. Austin back to her, catch and shoot 3 for Cook. A little bit short on it, tip for the rebound, and Martha Lee saves it. Chalfant double teamed. Bounce passed it out to Cook. A Martha Lee in and out, right back in. So a Martha Lee a spark off the bench now. She has 7 of the Saints' 16. Lead down to 11 for Maranatha. Morrison on the wing. Morrison drives baseline, cut off. Top of the key, it's Wright. Fakes the 3, drives in, floats it off the back rim. Chalfant trouble with the rebound. Austin toes the line. Acrobatic play to save it. Here's Cook now in the forecourt. Pass deflected, good defense by Torres. Torres turns on the Jets. 2-on-2, Torres, extra pass to Wright, counted in the foul. First foul of the quarter for the Saints at the 8:02 mark, and an old school 3-point try for Trisha Wright. Her first points in this tournament. 50% free throw shooter for the sophomore. And she completes the 3-point play. 30-16, Maranatha by 14 again. They've led by as many as 16 here today. Austin to Cook. Hounding defense right now for the SaberCats. So Martha Lee gets it out. Austin, still time on the shot clock. King on the wing, and Martha Lee had it blocked on the baseline by Kelsey Johnson. Kelsey, we've talked a lot about her scoring. 16 points a game, 9.7 rebounds. Double-double threat for Maranatha. She's going to go down as one of the best in program history. Chalfant gets the jumper. 30-18. Here's Torres on the far side. Simpson in the corner. Morrison cuts in, back out to Simpson. The mid-range shot, yes. Simpson, 7 points in the game. 41 points all totaled in this tournament. Good showing for her. Cutting in is a Martha Lee. Nice pass by Chalfant. Martha Lee had her shot partially blocked. Kelsey Johnson now into the front court for the SaberCats. Here's Morrison, and she's called for steps. Mackenzie Cook will inbound. Saints trailing by 14, 32-18 with the basketball here in the third place game. Cook on the near side. King in the corner. Martha Lee, top of the key. Her pass deflected, but getting there was Austin. Bounce pass taken away by Morrison. Throws ahead to Wright. Wright drives in, scoops it up, no. And the rebound controlled by King. And it's deflected out of bounds, but last touch by the SaberCats. Kenzie Ezekiel coming back into the game. Sarah King will sit down for Randall. Austin into the forecourt. Bounce pass to Martha Lee. Swings it out to Cook. Cross court. This is Ezekiel faking the three, driving in. Too strong. Put back, no. And the rebound controlled by Torres. Morrison thought about it. Instead to Johnson. And Kelsey Johnson, 2 more to her total. 9.99 now for Kelsey. She's got 11 in the game. Austin throws it up off the back of the rim, and the rebound. Kelsey Johnson fell down, but Simpson was able to get there. Johnson to Simpson. Simpson thought about it, looking for the cutter Morrison, and good defense there by Randall as Ezekiel came up with the steal. 5:29 left to go. Jylen Anderson back into the game. Martha Lee will sit down. Aaliyah Austin. Again, good cutting by the bigs for Randall. Anderson just can't get it to go. Kelsey Johnson over to Torres. Kelsey and Anderson trying to fight her way through a screen is called for a foul. 3 fouls for Maranatha, 2 for Randall with 5:09 left to go here in this second quarter. Kelsey Johnson out to Morrison. Extra pass to the open right, and she buries the triple. Trisha Wright shooting just 21% from downtown, but Maranatha is red hot here in Greenville this morning. Ezekiel hesitates, shot off the back of the rim, rebound by Simpson. Kelsey Johnson to Morrison. Torres on the left, she'll fire a 3, got it to go. All kinds of space for Torres there. Cook, extra pass to the cutter. Hoffman can't get it to go, ball deflected out. Morrison comes up with it. Randall gets back on defense. Morris going one-on-one. Morrison can't get it. Put back by Simpson, no. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Randall. Timeout on the court. We will step aside. 3:59 left to go here in this opening half. It's all Maranatha here in the third place game. We'll be back Greenville here in just a moment. See what everybody's talking about at visitgreenvillesc.com. From beautiful landscapes to a small town Main Street, it's no wonder people from all across the world are visiting. Check out Greenville, South Carolina. That's where we've been checking things out here in this third place game. Shout out to @MBU Sabercats, the folks running the Maranatha Twitter account, keeping me informed. Kelsey Johnson now at 999 career points, as that jumper is missed by Simpson on the left block. Her 9 points in the first quarter was a season high, a tie for the season high. She gets a steal here, throws it ahead to Morrison. Morrison draws contact. So both teams with 3 team fouls. Maranatha 67% shooting, 16 out of 24, just 7 out of 23 for Randall. Maranatha +8 on the boards, 15-7. Kelsey Johnson leading all scorers currently with 11. Morrison trying to get into double figures here. She's got 9 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. Jacqueline Simpson, 7 points, 5 rebounds. Amarthali off the bench, good minutes for her for Randall. 2 of 4 shooting, she has 7 points. Morrison enters double figures now with 10. 41-18 Maranatha. Johnson almost had the steal, and then they say she touched it last. Kelsey Johnson looking for her 3rd steal in the ball game. .333 left to go here in this first half. Ezekiel inbound, Chalfant. Austin now Ezekiel. Austin catch and shoot 3. Hit one in the first quarter, not that time. Anderson there with the offensive rebound. Ball deflected out. And an extra possession for the Saints. Ezekiel to Anderson. Austin from just inside the arc, can't get it to go. Ball deflected to Simpson, who pulls down the rebound. Morrison into the forecourt. Maranatha in control. Morrison now tied up with Cook. Cook is feisty. She'll get in there and do the little things. She's going to come out. Good minutes off the bench again for her. Adams comes in. Mona Adams' first appearance. Another freshman for Michelle Garcia's team. Shot clock at 17. Torres up top. Here's Morrison. Shot clock at 7. Will this be it for Kelsey Johnson? Turnaround shot off the back of the rim. Still at 9.99. Here come the Saints. Austin on the near side. Chalfant in the corner. Ezekiel driving, throwing it up, no. And the rebound controlled by Wright. Maranatha with some numbers if they want to push. Ezekiel's going to come sprinting back, though. Morrison scoops it to Torres. Morrison in the corner, cutting Johnson off the glass, and that'll do it. 1,001 points for Kelsey Johnson. Maranatha goes up 25. Johnson 13 points in the game. Saints answer with a much-needed 3, and Maranatha will call for time. So the junior, Kelsey Johnson, 13 points in the game, 37 points total in the tournament, and 1,001 for her career. Congratulations to you, Kelsey. We'll be back here in about 20 seconds. Maranatha by 22 here in the third place game. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. Less than 2 to go until halftime. Kelsey Johnson, after scoring her 1,000 career point, make it 1,001 to be exact. And on the bench now, a deserved breather. Take it all in and enjoy it. Foul call, that'll send Wright to the line. So Wright was scoreless in the first 2 games. Got 8 points right now. Wright 1 of 2 from the charity stripe here today. 4 fouls on the Saints now, 1 out of 2 at the line for Wright. 44-21. Adams, the step back, an air ball. Rebound by Carly Johnson. Morrison will set up the offense. SaberCats have been red hot shooting, over 60% here in the game. 73% shooting in the first quarter. That's through the legs of Simpson. Players diving for it, jump ball, and it'll go back to Randall. Chance for a 3rd place finish here for Maranatha. I mentioned they won this tournament 3 times, first in '99 and then back-to-back in 2013 and 14. Randall's been in this tournament quite often as well in recent seasons. Hannah Moeller started building this program. Michelle Garcia in her 2nd year. And a player shaken up now for Randall. I believe it's Adams. So Adams is shaken up. We will take an injury timeout here late in this first half. We'll be right back. So things not looking good right now for Adams, being helped off the court. Mona Adams, freshman from Elgin, Oklahoma, will leave the game with an injury. Mackenzie Cook comes back into the game for Michelle Garcia's team. Got 45.8 seconds left to go, and it will be Cook who will shoot the free throws, 62% free throw shooter. (44-22), Maranatha doubling up the Saints, and the score will stay that way for now. Simpson, the defensive rebound. Morrison into the forecourt. Here's Torres on the right wing. Simpson top of the key. Carly Johnson on the left. 10 to shoot for Maranatha. Torres gets it over to Wright. Hoist and parries it. And that's the kind of day it's been for Maranatha. Great defense there for Randall, but it did not matter as Wright in double figures now with 11, I believe. Last shot time for Ezekiel. Clock expires, and Maranatha with one of their best first halves of the season here in the 3rd place game. They lead Randall 46-22. We'll take a break for about 14 minutes. We'll go away, come back to bring you the first half stats. Second half play-by-play. You're watching the 2019 NCCAA Division II Women's Basketball 3rd place game from Greenville, South Carolina on the NCCAA Network. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here in Greenville, South Carolina. 2019 NCCAA Division II Women's third place game, all Maranatha after 20 minutes of play. Maranatha really cooled off in that second quarter. They're only shooting 64% for the game now. They were over 73% in the first quarter. 46 points on the board. Their season high for a game is 78. Randall shooting just 27% in the game. Rebounds +9 to Maranatha, 20-11. 10 turnovers for Randall, just 5 for Maranatha. Maranatha 7 steals. Kelsey Johnson has 4 of those 7. Leading scorer in the ball game is Kelsey Johnson, 5 of 7 from the field, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 steals. She's now at 1,001 career points. 2 other players in double figures for Maranatha. Trisha Wright off the bench, 4 of 7 shooting with 11 points. And Callie Morrison, 10 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. 7 points and 7 rebounds for Jacqueline Simpson. Michaela Marthalee leading Randall, 2 of 4 shooting, 7 points, 3 rebounds. 4 points for Maddie Chalfant on 2 of 3 shooting from the field. So that's how the first half numbers look as we're just about a minute in here in quarter number 3. Maranatha looking to go to 19-7 as they wrap their season up. Randall, 20-win season for them no matter what happens here today. 20-9 overall. Randall, the 3rd seed from Moore, Oklahoma. That's Carly Johnson going right around the defense and scoring an easy one. Maranatha's lead out to 26. This is their biggest lead of the game. Maranatha, the 4 seed from Watertown, Wisconsin. Here's Austin, the lone senior in the game. Ball deflected to Hoffman, who lays it up and in. Maranatha right now doubling up Randall. The cutter, Kelsey Johnson, yes, and the foul. Johnson now with 15 in the game, chance to make it 16. Watertown's up there kind of between Milwaukee and Madison. 3-point play complete for Johnson now. 16 points in the ball game. 51-24 Maranatha. Here in the early stages of the 3rd place game. All tournament team will be announced after play today. Hoffman steps left, can't get it. It's saved to her, and she draws the foul. So Haley Hoffman, who had 20 points, 10 apiece in the first 2 games, will go to the line. 2 points so far today. Missed that first one. Haley Hoffman, 3rd team All-American. Kenzie Ezekiel, 1st team for Randall for Maranatha. Kelly Morrison, 2nd team All-American in her freshman year, and Kelsey Johnson, 3rd team in her junior year. Kelsey came into the tournament 11th in Division II at 16 points per ball game and 6th in rebounding at 9.7. Callie Morrison attacking, got it to go. Morrison now with 12 points. On her way to a double-double with 12.7 assists. Hoffman, ball deflected, taken away. It's another steal for Kelsey Johnson, her 5th. Morrison, the extra pass to right, can't get the layup. Rebound by Anderson. Ezekiel, stutter step, drives, yes, and the foul. So Ezekiel try to complete an old school 3-point play. Ezekiel up to 5 points. Make it 6. 2 team fouls on Maranatha, 1 on the Saints here Nearing 7 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Morrison. Here's Carly Johnson. Scoop to Kelsey. Right top of the key. Pocket picked by Ezekiel, but Simpson is there. It's swung over to Carly for 3. Yes! Maranatha, their hot shooting continues. They're 5 of 6 from three-point range here today. They haven't been chucking, but when they found the open opportunity, they have made the Saints pay. Ezekiel trying to find the range, can't do it. Chasing down the board is Morrison. Morrison's got an outside shot at a triple-double. I assume Maranatha, if this score continues to grow, will go to their bench in the 4th, but the bench isn't that deep for Clayton Morrison right now, as Wright with the second chance opportunity, and Maranatha's lead grows to 30. Austin into the forecourt. King on the left. Austin gets it out. Ezekiel open look, and it goes in and out. Chalfant's with the rebound. Put back, no. And Carly Johnson cleans up for the SaberCats. This is a Maranatha team as Morrison goes to the bucket and scores that started the year 2-5. Coming into the tournament, Wisconsin Lutheran was their only loss since January 12th. So just 2 losses, including the Arlington defeat yesterday. Anderson can't get it to go. Maranatha playing good team defense on her. Jylyn Anderson came in with 27 and 26. Oh, Simpson, that 3-ball did everything but find the bottom of the net. Came out. Now Ezekiel, her pocket is picked by Morrison. Morrison drives to the bucket, scoops it up, can't get the roll, ball tipped out, rebound by King. Ezekiel driving, blocked, but fouled by Simpson. 4:40 left to go. That'll be team foul number 3 on Maranatha, 1 on the Saints. And we're going to go to a timeout. 60-28, Maranatha rolling here in the 3rd place game. We'll be back with more after this. Welcome back to Greenville. Learn, love, lead. For over 90 years, Bob Jones has been equipping leaders to make a difference for the cause of Christ. You can find out more. Go to bju.edu. Ezekiel at the line, out of the timeout for the Saints for 2. Kelsey Johnson still leading all scorers, 16 points. Callie Morrison, 14 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. Trisha Wright with 13 points. 7 and 7 for Simpson, 7 and 5 for Carly Johnson. Kelsey Johnson has 5 steals, Morrison with 3. Martha Lee with 7. Kenzie Ezekiel now with 8 to lead Randall. 2-point jumper that time for Morrison as she adds to her total, tying Kelsey Johnson for the team lead at 16. Traveling the call there on Aaliyah Austin. 4:14 left to play here in the third quarter. Maranatha has led wire to wire. Their biggest lead now at 32 points. They led 27-11 after the first quarter, outscored Randall by 8 in the second. Randall down to just 26% shooting in the game. Maranatha 62% from the field. 5-second call there for Maranatha. Turnover number 7, 12 in the game for Randall. Make it 13. Saints, Austin playing in her final collegiate game. Ezekiel, drive and dish. Tie up, Carly Johnson dives for it. Tied up with Chalfant. Possession arrow will keep it with the Saints as Cook comes back into the game for Michelle Garcia's team. Ezekiel will sit down. Men's third place game. Maranatha fans going to want to stick around for that at approximately 12:45. Johnson and Maranatha will play in that. Now a foul on the Saints on the inbound. So both teams with 3 team fouls inside 4 to go here in the third quarter. So Maranatha games back-to-back here for SaberCats fans here in Greenville. Get an approximate start of 12:45. It'll be 20 minutes after this game, either way. Here's Morrison stepping left. Can't get the 3. Put back Kelsey Johnson, no. Tip for the rebound. Players diving for it. Jump ball called, and Maranatha will get another crack at it here. Maranatha winning in the first round over the Bruins, the host school, 75-49. Foul trouble did them in against Arlington in the semifinals, 62-50, but it's showing here in the third place game for the SaberCats as Austin pokes it away from Morrison. Morrison to inbound, 25 on the shot clock. Johnson back to Morrison. Now it's Carly Johnson. Swung over to Torres near us. Here's Wright. Elsie Johnson cut off on the baseline. Back out to Wright. Open look for 3. Yes. How about Wright's day? Trisha Wright getting the start. Second three-pointer. She has 16 points. 6 of 10 shooting overall here today. Carly Johnson ripping that rebound away. There's Morrison over near us. Back in the front court for Maranatha. Maranatha by 35. Torres. And away from the ball. Offensive foul called on Kelsey Johnson. That's Maranatha's 4th in the game. Maranatha, the last champion other than Arlington here in this tournament. Will Pensacola knock down the Patriots later on today? We're going to have that one for you around 3:30 Eastern time. Around there. Probably later. Maranatha throwing it out. Anderson will inbound it here for the Saints. So far, Jylynn Anderson been held in check. No points yet. She does have 4 rebounds, though. 3 in and out for Austin. And Carly Johnson in the trees with another rebound. Carly Johnson on her way to a double-double. I believe she's at 7 and 7 right now. Here's Kelsey, too strong. Anderson the rebound. Austin into the forecourt now for the Saints. 1:26 to play here in quarter number 3. Maranatha has been in control wire to wire here in this one. Randall not putting up much of a fight. Coming into the game for Maranatha, Grace Ann Starr. Hoffman back out there for the Saints of Randall, as is Michaela Amarthali, who scored 7 points off the bench in the first half. Good minutes for her in the opening sequence. Shout out to Grace Ann Starr's dad watching down there in Hampton, Georgia. Mom is here checking out the game, came down and said hi to me. Amarthali tries to stay hot, no, but she's fouled. Hampton, Georgia, south of Atlanta. Closer to Atlanta than Macon. So Amarthali at the line again. Perfect 3 out of 3 today. Make it 4 out of 4. She gets the first. Maranatha 5 team fouls now. So Randall in the bonus over the final 1:16 of this one. Offensive rebound. Hoffman the putback. Yes. 65-33. Johnson to Torres on the right side, guarded by Amarthali. Looking for Starr, hands it off to Carly. Now Kelsey out near midcourt. There's right on the left side. Torres up top. Shot clock down to 7. Kelsey Johnson will force it. Got the offensive rebound and the bucket. Austin throws it ahead for King. Austin up top. She'll drive in, pull up over 2 defenders, no. Offensive rebound again for Randall. And I believe it was Hoffman who will go to the line here. Well, Amarthali, my apologies. Morrison will come back in for Maranatha. Ezekiel for the Saints. Amarthali, another free throw for her. King out for Randall and Carly Johnson out for Maranatha. Amarthali gets them both again. Saints in the bonus. Shot clock and game clock are separated by a little under a second, so Maranatha can run it if they choose to do so. Kelsey Johnson driving. No call as Ezekiel fell down. Missed it, got the offensive rebound. Morrison attacks, in and out, and right back in. 7 seconds to work with for Randall, but not a lot of urgency right now. Austin still with time, though. She'll pull up from 30 and miss. Maranatha on their way to a third-place finish here in this 2019 NCCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championship. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter after this short break. NCCAA National Tournaments brought to you by Servant HR. Servant HR creating the freedom to focus. Chris Sheeman back here with you in Greenville, South Carolina at the Davis Field House. Gray day outside in Greenville. It's been gray and chilly here as the week has gone on. Maranatha warming us all up though, shooting 58% for the game, plus 12 rebounding. They lead by 34 on their way to a third place finish here in this national championship. Two players, Kelsey Johnson, Callie Morrison with 18 points apiece. Morrison also has 8 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 steals. Johnson's got 18, 9 points, 4 assists, and 5 steals. Trisha Wright was 16 in the game. One player in double figures for Randall, that's Michaela Amarthali, 2 of 4 shooting, 6 of 7 from the charity stripe, 10 points, 4 rebounds. 8 points, 5 rebounds for Kenzie Ezekiel to go along with 2 steals, but Randall is shooting just 24%. They have 14 turnovers, and they have clearly not getting up for this game whatsoever. Wright is fouled on the 3-point try, so she will go to the line for 3. Ezekiel called for the foul. Wright on the day, 2 out of 3 from the charity stripe. Both teams with an early team foul here in this third place game. Wright gets the first to go. She's up to 17 in the game. I mentioned it earlier, didn't score in either of the first 2 games for Maranatha. Got the second to go. So 3 players now tied with 18 points for the team lead for Maranatha, and it'll stay that way, at least for right now. Maranatha well on their way to their highest point total of the season. Previous high was 78 points against Providence in the region final. Turnaround shot by Hoffman, can't get it to go, and that ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Randall. Maranatha, their biggest lead now at 36. They're more than doubling up the Saints, who have mentally already started to head to the bus. Ball deflected out, and SaberCats Morrison will inbound it. Here's Johnson for 3, yes. Maranatha is 7 for 11 from behind the arc here today. They're 4 points away from their season high. Austin in her final collegiate game just inside the arc with the 2-pointer. Austin, 5 points in the ballgame. Nice give and go attempt, but deflected out by Cook. Cook still out there balling. And if I'm Michelle Garcia and I'm heading into the offseason, I'm looking at a game like this and saying, who's still playing for me? Cook is one of those kinds of players. Kelsey Johnson off the back of the rim. Austin chases it down. Austin steps into a 3, missed it short, and it's Kelsey with another rebound. Kelsey Johnson, 10th rebound, a double-double now for her. For just joining us, she went over the 1,000 point mark for her career and is adding to that as we speak, and that happened in the first half in the second quarter. Came into the game with 988 points, 18 in the game here today. Here's Morrison. Shot clock down to 6, and Randall committing a foul. Hoffman called for the block. So that's 2 on the Saints, 1 on Maranatha. 7:47 left to go here in the third place game. Inbound to Kelsey Johnson. Morrison will set it up. Kelsey Drawing a double team. Simpson, ball poked away. Last touch by Randall. Randall with 8 freshmen on their roster. Came into the tournament hot, won all but 2 games in the second semester. But things have not gone right after that thrilling victory over Johnson. They were run over by Pensacola, and they are being run over here by Maranatha. Looks like Michelle Garcia is going to go deeper into her bench now. Hayden Epley, who we haven't seen much of here in this tournament, coming into the game for Randall, replacing Cook. So Maranatha will inbound it here. Kelsey Johnson, cross court to Morrison. Morrison, a Marthlianer on a switch, blocks the pass, and Morrison touched it last. So it'll be Saints basketball. Turnover for Maranatha is just their 9th in the game. Good job taking care of the basketball. Here's Epley for 3 off the back iron. Offensive rebound, Ezekiel stripped but fouled. 3 fouls for the Saints, 2 for Maranatha. With 7:01 left to go, it'll be Carly Johnson to come back into the game. Mentioning the senior Austin for Randall. Sydney Luttrell played her final collegiate game yesterday for Arlington. She had the fly back for a concert recital. Starr is out. Carly Johnson comes back in. Torres back out there as well. And it's 38-74. Kelsey Johnson over near us, guarded by Ezekiel. Morrison, top of the key. Morrison's got a Marthley on her, swings it out. Torres for 3, yes! That's now 8 of 12 three-pointers for Maranatha here today. They're 1 point away from their season high points for a game this season. Catch and shoot. The senior Austin can't get it to go, and it's going out of bounds. Last touch by Maranatha. How about the performance today by the SaberCats? You saw Austin there try to throw it off the back, and Saints now with a Marthley in the lane, blocked but fouled by Simpson. So a Marthley who has spent a lot of time at the line, 6 out of 7 here today. That's 5 fouls on Carly Johnson. Trisha Wright will come back into the game for her. We're going back a bit at the Maranatha schedule over the last few years. If they can get past 78, it would be their highest point total since at least 16-17. They scored 78 against Faith in a game in 2016. So 78 is the high point total for the last couple of seasons for Maranatha. Even further back than that, 2015-16, it would be their highest since then. They're up to 79 now, so it's the highest point total in several years, and I'm trying to find out exactly how many. It's the highest since at least 14-15, and I'm still going back. Maranatha has not hit 80 points in quite a long time. All right, here it is. February 27th, 2014, they scored 84 points in a game. So that was 5 years ago. They're at 79 now. Good chance that they'll be past that. Randall's emptied their bench a little bit. Shea Morbley into the game. So Morbley, Epley, Hoffman, Amarthali, and the senior Austin for the Saints. Kelsey Johnson puts it off the glass and in. Austin. Ball thrown away, trying to chase it down is Wright. Wright goes coast to coast, lays it up and in. 83 on the board now. Again, 84 points is the high since 2013, and correction, 2014. And I got 437 to work with, so I'll go back further in the records if I need to. Morrison. Here's Kelsey, now Torres. Simpson with the bucket, got it to go. So Simpson with 2 more, that's 85 points. So now the highest point total since 2014. And let's start going back further, shall we? So they had 87 in 2012. So let's see if there's any more than that. 87 now. They had they did that twice in the 2012-13 season. So that's our next mark for Maranatha. Media timeout. We'll step aside. 3:53 to go here. Maranatha rolling in the third place game. We'll come back here in just a moment. Welcome back to Greenville. The NCCAA celebrating 50 years as an organization. It was established to promote outreach and ministry and for the enhancement and promotion of intercollegiate athletic competition with a Christian perspective. Find out more, go to the nccaa.org. So a record-breaking scoring performance today for Maranatha, at least in the last 7 seasons. 87 is the next highest point total for Maranatha, and as I mentioned, that was back in 2012 and 13. They did it 2 different times. The bench has emptied a bit for Arlington, or excuse me, for Randall, as I mentioned. Morbley out there. Another sub, number 25, is Aaron Powell. Maranatha ride most of, in fact, their entire starting lineup except for Johnson out there, except for Carly Johnson, that is. A couple of shout-outs. Hi to Dave Teasdale, Maranatha fan who's checking out the game here today. Also a shout-out to Sarah Johnston. They're up there in Daggett, Michigan. That's from Dennis. Love Dennis, of course. So Sarah watching Kelsey go over 1,000 career points here today via the web stream. Thanks for checking it out. Everybody down here is thinking about you. So Clayton Morrison ready to bring in his bench. That's is it a 2 or a 3? It's a 2-pointer, so that matches the highest point total for Maranatha since 2013 at 87. And I guess that means we got to keep going back if we can. Let's see how up-to-date the Maranatha website goes. They had 87 in 2011. So this is the tied for the highest point total since at least 2011. And we're going to get another timeout. We'll tell you about the Maranatha subs here in just a moment. 2:07 left to go. Maranatha by 47. Chris Sheeman back here in Greenville, South Carolina. 87-40. Maranatha will win third place here today. I want to give a shout out to the folks at Fine Designs. They're the official apparel provider, championship apparel for this tournament available. FineDesigns.com. They got custom orders for you. If you need something customized, they can do that for you. So let's set the subs for Maranatha. Number 31 is Tierney Bosniak. Number 25 is Haley Hendricks. And there's one more, I think. Number 10, and that's Ashley Narrett. So the benches have emptied. We've got 1:45 to go. And another foul called. This time it's going to be offensive on the Saints. 5 fouls on the Saints, 4 for Maranatha, and hopefully that won't come into play here late. So Maranatha's highest point total since 2010 is 91. They did that twice in 2010. Turnaround jumper by Bosniak, so certainly tied for the highest point total in the last, let's call it, 7 years. Ball poked away. Morbely with the steal for the Saints. Throw ahead to Powell. Powell lays it up and gets it to go. Aaron Powell, freshman, getting on the board here in the national tournament. Don't forget, Maranatha fans, third place game for the men's coming at you. They're taking on Johnson from Tennessee. Kelsey Johnson adding to her point totals here today. She's got 27 in the game, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 steals. Morrison, 18 points, 10 assists, 4 steals, 4 rebounds. Trisha Wright, 20 points on 7 of 11 shooting in the ball game. Jacqueline Simpson finishes with 9 and 8, 6 for Torres, 7 for Carly Johnson. And they're going to take out Randall's Aaliyah Austin. Congratulations to her. Things might not end the way she wants, but terrific career for Aaliyah Austin, transferring this year to Randall, wrapping up her collegiate career here today. She finishes with 5 points. It's a Marthalee with 10 for Randall. 89 points for Maranatha here in this third place game. Amarthley drives in, throws it up over 2 defenders, and they call a foul. So Amarthley's been busy at the line today. 6 out of 9. Free throws number 10 and 11. 1 second difference between the game and shot clock. So Marthley's been one of the lone bright spots, lone player in double figures in scoring for the Saints here today. Good minutes off the bench for her. She's up to 12 now. Maranatha will run this out. There's about a second difference between the game and shot clock. So the Saints will fall to 20-10 and wrap up their season 4th in Division II. Maranatha will go to 19-7 and take 3rd place here in this national tournament in a terrific showing, and the official's going to let it run out. 89-44 is your final. Maranatha takes 3rd here in this 2019 NCC AA Division II Women's Basketball Tournament. One more on the ladies' side, and that's coming at you approximately 3:30. It's the top 2 seeds, Pensacola and Arlington, taking the court for the national championship. Maranatha fans, don't forget, stick around. We got the 3rd place game for the men. They take on Johnson University, and that'll be coming up in about 20 minutes from right now. Rick Cooper will have that one for you. I'll be back later on for the women's final. Once again, your final, 89-47. Maranatha takes 3rd place. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you again here in just a little bit.